Ladies and gentlemen, Christian Hannah Horror here today. We're going to do our review of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Now, this isn't necessarily going to be a rant, but there's just going to be a few more things that I dislike about this movie, but there are a few things I like. So, let's get to it. We'll start with the pros. We all know the synopsis of the movie. We've all seen the movie. This is 2016 that I'm doing this review, so if you haven't seen this movie, I don't know if this is the review for you, but if you want to know if you want to see this movie, maybe it is. But here we go. Positive things I can say about Halloween 2. I think it is a very well shot film. I think it has a decent pace to it. I think all the acting's good. I even like the feel of the movie. We see the Laurie Strode character go from, a bread and butter America girl to a broken down, mentally unstable, troubled person. And that's not even before she finds out that she's Michael Myers' sister. I can believe all that. I don't like the light that Rob Zombie put them in, but as we've talked about before, Rob Zombie knows how to make one style of movie per se. That's what a lot of people would agree with as far as style-wise goes and the way he portrays characters. And that's not a knock, at least in my perspective. The problem is this. You've got a Halloween movie already. A movie that we shouldn't even... If I lived in a perfect world, I wouldn't be doing this review right now because this movie wouldn't have been made. But nonetheless, it was made. Let's backtrack real quick to Halloween 1. Before I do that, basically my non-script gripe as far as the way the movie went, but just the way the movie is just a white trash deal. It's just too much. It doesn't fit in a Halloween movie. It doesn't make it feel like a Halloween movie. It feels like, it felt like the Devil's Rejects almost, in the sense of just the characters, just the low-rent characters. And I love it in Devil's Rejects. I love it in House of a Thousand Corpses. But this is Halloween. Okay? I mean, this is Halloween. I just don't feel like it's the place for it. Now, some people will disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not a fan of the style of film that Rob Zombie makes when it pertains to Halloween. Now, some things that really bother me about the script. This may be a bold statement. Some people may completely agree with me, and some people may say I'm not being mean enough. To me, this script was made in a sense just so he can have his wife in the movie. I mean, that's just how I see it. She was a ghost in the movie, and she had fairly a good amount of screen time. I just don't see it. When I saw this movie in the theaters, I even said to myself, she's dead. Move on. She doesn't need to be in this movie. Why is she in this movie? It just came across to me as I've got to keep my wife in acting. And I'm not knocking Zombie for that. Hell, if I was Sherry Moon, I'd want to be in a blockbuster myself again. The problem is, it comes off too distracting for me. I can't watch those scenes with her and say, I think I really am digging what's going on right here. The only thing that comes to mind, and I think what comes to a lot of people's mind, is that son of a bitch just made this movie so he could put his wife in it. Nonetheless, I didn't like the fact that, and some people will disagree with this. Some people like the fact that Michael seemed a little bit more humanized in this film. He walks around, you see him walking around, you see him traveling, you lose the mystique. And in this movie, Unlike the original Halloween, where he was literally almost like an apparition. Almost. Michael, it's almost as if he disappears and reappears. Very scary to me. That's what made this movie so successful. It was tension and suspense. The original Halloween, that is. In this movie, well, they just show Michael walking around. They show him walking around in the fields, traveling. They show him holding his mask. You know? It's just... being daring is one thing and trying something different. But... you basically un-Halloweened Halloween, in a sense, in my opinion. You know? Small things I do like about this movie. As you can see on this picture, I think this was a theatrical poster. I think it was a great theatrical poster. There was some good music in there. That Captain Clegg band that played, that rockabilly band that played at the show. But nonetheless, not a fan of this movie. I think it's a very well-made film, but I don't like the theme and the message that it brought, and I don't like it as a Halloween film. You guys, I'd love to know what you think. Drop a comment below. Let's discuss Halloween 2. Let's just get this out the way and we'll move on. But you know, I haven't talked about this. This is something I needed to talk about. So, alright guys, this is Christian Hannah Horror. We'll see y'all next time.